Hey guys, it's Dave, and today I'm going to give you your February Fort Wayne real estate market update. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you get notified each time I make a new video. I talk all about what it's like to be in Fort Wayne. Whether you live here or you don't live here, hopefully you can find some value from my videos. I try to talk about Fort Wayne real estate specifically, and that's just what I'm doing today, you guys. Fort Wayne has been in the news, and most recently we were rated again in the top 10 of emerging real estate markets in the country. So it's no surprise that Fort Wayne comes on people's list because of our affordability, what we have to offer. We've got just great people, great communities, and a stable place to live, no matter what you have going on. Let's talk about real estate, though, you guys. A lot of people have on their mind what the impact of the interest rates are, how they are affecting Fort Wayne real estate, because we hear a lot about like the rising interest rates, and they do have an impact. Of course they do. The number of listings in our market is down, so fewer people put their house on the market in January this year, and I suppose that's probably because they weren't really intrigued about wanting to move. So they probably didn't see a house that really compelled them to want to move. But then maybe more than that was they realized that they're paying more for a house than they did last year, which is not uncommon, you guys. Every single year people are paying more for a house because home prices have gone up. But this year it's a little bit different because home prices went up and then the interest rates gone up, which is creating a situation that people are looking at their pocketbooks and it's like, wow, things are less affordable. They are less affordable. I mean, everything's less affordable, right? Not just houses, but there was about 22% fewer homes that were put on the market this January compared to last January. That is significant, though. So one thing that I think is important to note is that back in July of 2022, the experts were saying that we were headed towards this like huge increase in inventory. Like a lot of people were going to have to be putting their house on the market, and then what that was going to cause was this like suppression of prices, where like prices were then going to like go down because the inventory was going to be expanding and buyers weren't going to be able to buy up the houses, and it was going to be this like huge problem that we saw back in 2008, stuff like that. It was even getting to that, and we're nowhere near there at all. In fact, instead of a ton of new listings coming on the market like they predicted, well, the reality is there's actually fewer houses that came on the market compared to years past. So we're in this kind of weird market in Fort Wayne where there's like less sales going on, there's less houses being put on the market, there's just less activity, and that affects buyers and sellers in different ways. So one thing that we saw last month was a dip in pending sales. That's houses that went under contract. So this is a result, I believe, of just fewer buyers in the marketplace. So there's 27% fewer houses that did go under contract, and this has put us into a situation where our inventory has gone up. So this is a measure of the homes available to purchase at the end of the month. 62% increase year over year. So there's a lot more houses to choose from for a buyer. One kind of like caveat to this is that new construction went up a ton. Okay, so there's almost half the amount of homes on the market at the end of January this year were new construction homes. Like that's significant, and that poses some good opportunities for a buyer. The average sales price, you guys, were sitting at about $230. Okay, so in 2022, our home prices went up about 12%. They went up 5% year over year in January. Okay, and I would probably say we'll probably see 5% growth throughout 2023 altogether. I think that's good. I think that it's going to be way above what people were thinking that it was going to be. And those would just come down to a supply and demand type thing. But that's kind of like how it is across the country. I know that there are other areas where home prices have gone down, but that's not the norm. It's definitely, I don't think we're going to see that in Fort Wayne, you guys. Some of the things that you want to look for, I believe, in this market right now. So if you're a seller and you want to be successful, you guys, you got to have a house that's compelling. I believe that more than it maybe any time in the last couple of years, is that it's got to be priced well, and you got to put some time into preparation. No longer can a seller just get by with just throwing it on the market with very little effort in expecting this high price. Buyers will pass it up. They really will. However, if you price it appropriately and it is in decent condition and you've done the work to prepare it, like declutter, depersonalize, these houses are selling like hotcakes still. Like I'll give you some examples. I'm showing a house in about 5 days from now. It's a coming soon listing, so you can't even look at it, and it's in the $500,000 price range. It's already got several offers on it. Like there's this huge buildup for it. I've talked to other agents on my team. In all price ranges, they are seeing like 20, 30 offers still. Not kidding. But these are the houses that are dialed in. On the flip side of that, there's houses that they need a little bit of work, or they just, they're not mint condition or move-in ready. These sit, and they get few showings, and these are the ones that are not selling. So these are the ones that are adding to that inventory that's building. So what this means is that buyers are more discerning. So there's not like there's fewer buyers out there. They're just not willing to compromise. I think it's because they're paying more for a house, and the house, they want to make sure that their house they're buying, it like checks most of their boxes, where in the years past they would just be happy just to get something under contract. So that's what you got to keep in mind when you're a seller. You're gonna have to put some more time into it. You're gonna have to work with somebody that can coach you, or you're gonna have to go on Google and figure out what it takes to get a house looking good. Okay, so if you're a buyer, how to be successful in this market is you gotta jump on opportunities, and you gotta look at time on market. You guys, if it's a brand new listing and it looks pretty nice, very high likelihood that there will be other buyers just like you who are going to want to buy it. If you're looking to get like a little bit of a deal in this market, again, go back to time on market. If it's been on the market for like 10 days or more, 14 days, that might be a time where if the seller hasn't dropped the price, it might be on their mind. Like, hey, we might be needing to drop the price here. Maybe you can come in with a lower than asking price offer, or some concessions like closing costs, stuff like that, and maybe you can find a deal. So another thing is, you guys, when you're a buyer, have your realtor look for houses that are pending, that have some kind of, they're under contract in some state, like active contingent. There's opportunities there. You can be second place if something were to happen with the deal. I mean, it happens all the time. So think outside the box a little bit, get creative. I feel like in this market, there's like the really good houses that are just coming on the market or pending, and then kind of everything else is just sitting there. And it's like everybody wants to look at these really good ones, and nobody really cares about the ones that are just sitting there. So I hope that information was helpful for you all. I believe that once the interest rates go down a little bit, you guys, we're probably going to see a lot more activity and a lot more competition. So in the beginning of February, our interest rates were low sixes. Our peak was in like October, November. They were in like the high sevens. Well, they dipped all the way down to low sixes. Then now, in the last couple weeks, they have gone up a little bit. They have gone up a little bit for sure. So we watch the interest rates just like everybody else does. I will say though, if you're trying to play like the interest rate game, you guys, it can be a risk, because they obviously can go up just as much as they can go down. We're in an appreciating market, so every month that you wait because of interest rates, well, you're missing out on opportunity for appreciation. So Hope that helps. If we can do anything for you, let us know. If you have any ideas or for topics of videos, let us know. Comment in here, and we will put that on the list of videos that we'll consider to make. Thanks so much.